All right, we are in the kitchen with Joel Coleman from Fire and Hops, an up-and-coming restaurant in Santa Fe coming to you in July. And you're coming to us through Su Casa magazine. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So what are we making today?
Today we're actually doing bacon and rice fritters. We're going to serve that with some chili and preserved lemon mayo.
Okay.
The nice thing with this dish is you can kind of take leftovers and combine them all, and it's easy to do at home. It's good in a restaurant. It's kind of versatile.
So. That's great. So what are we looking at here with our ingredients? What takes? We got
a lot of stuff. So we have some caramelized onions. We have a couple eggs, some flour, some spices like cumin, coriander, paprika, cilantro, garlic, some chili, a little honey, and then some baking powder, and of course salt.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, and so the Fire and Hops, we're opening in July?
Yes.
Is that right? Where are you going to be located once the doors open?
We're at 222 Guadalupe. It's kind of going towards the Vargas Mall in Santa Fe, so close to downtown, close to the hotels, close to all the neighborhoods.
Fantastic.
It's going to be a nice little spot, casual, but really nice food, local, seasonal, some nice plays on pub food, but also just some really nice fresh seasonal items as well.
That's great.
So.
All right, well, we'll be talking more about Fire and Hops when we come back. We're also going to be making this dish. We're in the kitchen with Joel Coleman from the up-and-coming restaurant Fire and Hops up in Santa Fe, brought to us by Su Casa magazine. Yes. Joel, thanks for being with us today. Thanks. So remind our viewers what we're making here today.
Yeah, and me.
So this is kind of a riff on fried rice, but it's actually a bacon and caramelized onion rice fritter. So we mix everything together, and then it gets shaped up and then fried in the pan, kind of a shallow pan fry.
Okay.
So it's not deep fried, it's a little healthier.
Oh, all right.
Except for the bacon and everything.
Bacon's not bad for you. It makes you happy, and then
agree.
that means it's good for you.
It boosts your mood.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So bacon's great for you.
All right, so what do we do? How do we make this?
So basically, in the bowl, we already have some rice, some bacon that's been cooked, and then I like to actually saute the rice with the bacon.
Okay.
So it's kind of a riff on fried rice as well. And then there's a couple eggs in there. This is caramelized onions.
Okay.
So these have just been cooked down real slow.
All right.
And that gets mixed in. We have a few spices. We have some toasted and ground coriander.
Okay.
We have toasted and ground cumin.
Spices.
Yes, spices are
smell
very
'em.
important. And then smoked paprika.
Okay.
Those are probably 3 of my favorite spices.
Okay.
Little chili flakes.
There you go. It's in New Mexico.
I'll do all
you gotta have that.
Yeah, exactly. Cilantro, this is probably a little more than I need, but a couple pinches of that.
Okay.
Love the cilantro.
A lot of this recipe can really, little garlic, a lot of this recipe can be adjusted per your taste.
Okay.
You can replace the bacon with anything. You can use brown rice instead of
Why
white
would you
rice.
want
Don't replace the bacon.
No way.
You could do that, but you're not going to have a lot of friends.
Yes.
They're going to be very, very mad at you.
Yeah, come on.
I have done things like crab, I've done shrimp, I've done
that sounds
chicken.
delicious.
So you can really do any protein. in
Any
there.
protein that you want. Okay.
I just, bacon is just a beautiful thing. So.
Yes,
Bacon
it
is a very beautiful
Okay,
thing.
so you mix it all around.
So this we're going to mix really well.
Okay.
The main thing with this is kind of the texture. The recipe doesn't necessarily have to be exactly what it says. It's more about getting to that point where the mixture will kind of hold a shape.
Gotcha.
So they're essentially little rice cakes.
Okay.
And you don't have to do the shape I'm about to do. It's kind of a fancy.
You're doing a special shape?
He's a chef.
It's a fancy culinary term called quenelles. And you could just shape these into little small cakes, really however you want.
Okay.
But this is kind of that texture you're looking for. It kind of holds a shape once you test it.
Okay.
So that's what we're going for.
Okay.
So I got a pan with about, I'd say 1/2 inch of oil.
Okay.
You want it pretty hot because you want to get that sear when it hits. And if it's not hot enough, the oil kind of soaks in. Yeah, so this, the hotter the oil when you're doing something like this, the better, because it's not going to absorb all the oil.
Gotcha.
You want to get that sear, that's going to help get it crispy, and it's going to keep most of the oil out of the actual.
Okay, so is this guy ready to go in there?
So we're ready. We're going to grab a couple spoons.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Spoons, not hands.
Yes.
I was ready. All right, let's do this.
Let's get messy.
Yeah.
Part of the trick is showing this little method. So these are called quenelles. And this is, again, like I said, a little culinary term that really.
Look at that. I'd mess that up already.
Whoa.
It takes some practice, but once you get them shaped, you can just drop them in.
Okay.
Wow.
And you can use your hands. You can use a little ice cream scooper. I mean, you could use anything.
Okay.
This is just what I would personally do. Part of it is for show.
Wow.
But it's also just kind of nice because they hold shape.
Yeah.
And then you got these nice little
Oh, that's great.
Fritters.
Now, is this something that we would have at Fire and Hops at the restaurant coming up?
This, you know, if it's not this, it'll be a variation of this.
Okay.
The idea with the menu there is really to be kind of some fun plays on pub food, but also focused on seasonal, local as much as possible. You know, I have some really great local farmers I work with. My background is really more fine dining.
Okay.
And this is kind of the venture into a little more casual, but really focused on.
Nice little collaboration.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and I'm
cool.
working with.
Mixing that pub food and the fine dining.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, Josh Johns, is the business partner with me, and he's got experience running brew pubs, and he'll handle the front of the house. And so he kind of comes from the brew pub background. I come from the fine dining background, and the idea is to have kind of a happy marriage in between. And
Yeah.
good food, but a casual setting. Really great craft brews on tap. And should just be a good feel, a good place. I think another option for people to go that want good food, but maybe not that fine dining environment.
Right, they can have the delicious food, but something a little more casual.
Exactly.
So just very quickly, I know that we got to get out, but when do you open? You're not open yet. You guys open your doors in July?
Correct.
Okay.
Right now, we're waiting on beer and wine license, which is always a challenge in New Mexico.
Yeah.
But we're hoping for the first to second week of July.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Fantastic. All right. Well, for more information on this and on Sukasa, head over to Casa, not Sukasa, Casa, KASA.com, and click on the Style tab. We'll be right back. So how long does it